There was once a man who owned a small vineyard at the edge of a desert. Each day, the scorching sun dried the soil, and the wind scattered the seeds he planted. People who passed by would laugh at him, whispering, "Why keep sowing here, where nothing grows?" Yet he kept digging, watering, and waiting. What no one saw was what was happening beneath the ground. While the surface seemed barren, roots were growing deeper, hidden from human eyes. And one morning, against all odds, a small vine appeared, and soon that dry place became a garden of life. Beloved one, sometimes your life feels like that desert vineyard. Silent seasons, unanswered prayers, the mocking voices around you. But what looks like delay is not denial. It is the hidden work of God, planting roots of endurance deep within you. Let me take you into a story you know well. Joseph, the dreamer. He saw visions of greatness, of leadership, of purpose. But what followed was betrayal, slavery, and prison. For years, it looked like nothing was happening. A barren vineyard. But God was working underground. In prison, Joseph was learning humility. In slavery, he was learning stewardship. In betrayal, he was learning trust. And when the time came, suddenly, he was lifted to stand before Pharaoh, crowned with the authority of a king. Perhaps right now, you feel like Joseph in the pit, or maybe like the vineyard, where nothing blooms. But the Spirit whispers, "Beloved, the roots are growing. You don't see them yet, but they are alive." Pause with me for a moment. Look at your own life. Where have you been waiting, watering, hoping, and yet the soil looks dry? Close your eyes and bring that place to mind. That's where God is working. There's a pattern woven in the scriptures, hidden seasons before divine unveiling. David, anointed but forgotten in the fields. Moses, 40 years in the desert before the burning bush. Even Jesus himself, 30 years of silence before 3 years of glory. The waiting was not wasted. It was preparation. Maybe you're in your hidden 30 years. Maybe your story is still in the waiting room. But remember this: 777, the number of completion, is etched into the rhythm of your life. When the fullness of time comes, the harvest cannot be delayed. And perhaps you've been seeing numbers, 1111, 880, reminders that heaven is speaking, not through coincidence, but through alignment. The Spirit is drawing you into the garden of trust, where even the silence carries His presence. Beloved, don't despise the quiet soil. The miracle is already beneath your feet. When Joseph was finally exalted, he said to his brothers, "You meant it for evil, but God meant it for good." That is the anthem of every soul who endured the waiting. The revelation that suffering was not the end, but the bridge. So if you feel forgotten, hear this: you are seen. If you feel delayed, remember, heaven has perfect timing. And if your soil looks dry, trust that the roots are alive.